Hi, I'm Dr. Mead. I'm the chair of the Department of Commerce and a marketing professor, and I'm here today with Dr. Reinhardt to talk about our economics program, and especially our economics classes and degree. Now, Dr. Reinhardt has a very interesting background, actually, because he is an alumnus of the University of West Florida, and he majored in economics while he was here, and then he went on to get his PhD in economics. So let me actually start with asking, what about economics attracted you to the major?
So economics is the study of behavior and decision making under scarcity. So it covers a wide range of topics and a lot of different applications. So some of my favorite experiences in economics involve some courses I took here in my undergraduate, particularly urban and regional economics. And in urban and regional economics, we look at city development, how businesses and population are located across space within a city, how they form, how they develop, how they expand. We also looked at health economic policy. That's another course here that we offer at UWF that looks at insurance markets and how people make decisions with regards to their healthcare and healthcare policy decisions. And so a lot of these different applications come from the same principles that we learned from our introductory classes, and we can use those to apply to many different situations.
Since economics is such a foundational business discipline, why don't you think it's more popular? Why don't we have as many students majoring in it as other majors?
So I think one of the main reasons why economics is not as popular of a major is that students aren't really exposed to it very early. Most students don't take economics until their senior year of high school, so they may have only had limited time exposure to it. But also there's just a lack of awareness of things that economists do. So types of jobs that they can hold with an economics degree, the type of job market that comes from economics programs, as well as just sort of understanding of the different applications that we have within economics.
Okay, I mean, fair point. So I was a marketing undergraduate major, and I had a pretty good idea that I was going to work in the marketing department of a company. Ultimately, I ended up working in marketing research, which was a little bit of a subspecialty. But I can see that as a fair point. There aren't so many economics departments of most companies in the world, although there are some. Tell me about those job opportunities a little bit. What can you do with an economics degree?
So when you study economics, you learn analytical skills and tools and working with data that can apply in a lot of different situations. So like you mentioned, when I was on the job market, there was a job opening for managing the economy of a popular video game that was being released at the time. So there are lots of different types of applications in that sense, but actuary science is one that you can become an actuary with a degree in economics. Data science, so working with all sorts of data sets, whether that's from private companies or public sector policy advising. So for things like the Census Bureau, the Department of Education, Department of Health, they all hire economists to work with their data and infer things that can better advise public policy from that.
Okay, so it sounds like with an economics degree, you learn a lot of sort of technical skills. I'm going to guess, based upon what I know about economics, that involves some math classes, that involves some statistics. What's the payoff for taking those classes and gaining those skills?
So thanks to those skills you gain from taking economics courses, the job market for economics and for those with an economics degree is very strong. There's a lot of demand for students with those skills. So for example, in the 2022 American Community Survey, this is a data set assembled by the Census Bureau. For people that hold a bachelor's degree in the US, the average earnings for those with a bachelor's degree was $66,410. That's average for everyone with a bachelor's degree. In economics, it was $89,570. So that's about 35% more than the average with a bachelor's degree.
Okay, nice.
And by comparison, a general business degree, a bachelor's in general business, earned $74,570.
Okay.
So higher than the average major, but economics has a premium over general business of about $15,000 per year.
So why do you think that businesses are willing to pay economics graduates more? Is it a function of the skills that they acquired? Is it a function of sort of demonstrating they can do these more difficult things? Why do they command the price premium?
So in general, if you study economics, you study sort of this problem solving and analytical skills and use of data that have a wide range of applications. So for example, in behavioral economics, another course that we have here, we take our models from our introductory classes and we add a lot of elements of human decision making from psychology and other disciplines and apply that to our models to predict behavior for things like retirement savings or decisions that happen over time. So by taking our basic models and then adding to them with what we learn from outcomes in the real world, economists can make really accurate predictions for things like policy or things like companies that need this type of data or need this type of analytics for how they do their business.
Okay, well, good. So I have one last question for you. You talked about earnings at the undergraduate level. Is economics a good major if you're thinking about graduate school?
So there's a couple different career paths in economics with graduate school. So unlike some other disciplines, typically master's into PhD is not as common as master's into the career field and PhD into a separate career field. But graduate degrees in economics also earn a high premium. So on average, people that hold a master's degree in economics earn more than a master's degree of engineering on average.
Really?
So it's a very high earning field for graduate students in economics. So there's a lot of different opportunities, and it's not just in economics programs. For example, we had a student a couple years ago that really enjoyed health economics, and he went on to Johns Hopkins to study a Master of Public Health, MPH, with a health economics specialty. And we've also had many students that apply and are accepted and attend PhD programs in economics. So that allows you to do careers in academics as well as lots of policy, public sector jobs, and private sector jobs as well. So there's a lot of different options for graduate school at the master's or PhD level in economics.
Okay, great. And probably with an even better return on investment, I'm guessing, at those higher levels of education. Well, thank you very much, Dr. Reinhardt. It was fascinating to learn a little bit more about what economists can do. So thank you.
Thank you.